What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I need to start my video with an apology. I missed some news, which is weird, because I don't usually miss news. I usually keep a ridiculously close eye on every single tiny thing that is going on within the One Piece TCG, but I did miss a little piece of news, and it's this Rebecca treasure rare. Now, the reason I missed this is very simply because it is an exclusive treasure rare, which is only being made available in China, and it kind of came and went, honestly. But it shouldn't have done, because this is a stunning, stunning, stunning card. And here's the annoying thing. I really like Rebecca, which makes me really want to get this card, but something tells me this is not going to be a particularly cheap card to get hold of. I should say, as we get going here, massive shout out needs to be given to Lees_OPCG over on Twitter, who was the person who originally shared this information. And what we've got here is the OP04 Rebecca, the one-cost Rebecca, as a treasure rare. Now, we're going to talk a bit about this treasure rare, obviously, that's kind of the point. But then we need to have a bit of a chat about treasure rares as a whole, because these are all over the place, and I love this, but this is going to get annoying and confusing to some people. Now, as for the card itself, what we've basically got here is the Rebecca from OP04. Now, of course, we had the leader Rebecca in OP04, still maybe the best alt art leader we've had, and I do not say that lightly. I adore the alt art leader Rebecca. But also in OP04, we did just have a Rebecca, and it wasn't a super fancy card, and it never even got an alternate art. Kyros got an alternate art. Rebecca never did, which I still find very weird. Now, Rebecca was your generic searcher. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, find a Dressrosa card other than Rebecca, add it to your hand, trash the rest. Remember, Black have a bunch of cards that want to play from the trash. So, for instance, Barrier, one of your characters or leader gains 2,000 power for the battle, but if you've got 15 or more cards in your trash, you gain another 2k. So Black wants to build up their discard pile, or the trash, so that's why you trash rather than put it to the bottom of your deck. And like in OP03, Big Mum was probably the big new archetype, the big new type. And Charlotte Puddin was your generic searcher and did get an alternate art. It was frankly a bit of a travesty that Rebecca did not get an alternate art character. And don't tell me it's because you got an alternate art leader in the same set, because if we go to OP07 over in Japan, Boa Hancock gets an alternate art character and an alternate art leader and a manga rare. Frankly, Rebecca was hard done by in OP04, but they're making it better by giving us the Rebecca treasure rare. It is, by a very wide margin, my favourite of the treasure rares so far. As a side note, if you've not read the Dressrosa arc in the manga, I would heartily encourage you to read it, and you'll see why Rebecca is an extremely cool character and one of my favourites. Awesome backstory, awesome character arc. Rebecca's just awesome, alright? Go read the manga or watch the anime, you'll get it. Just read Dressrosa, promise you'll understand. But why does Rebecca get a treasure rare? Like, sure, in the OP04 format, I grant you, Rebecca was kinda good. Rebecca was a decent card, a decent leader, a decent deck. And even post-ban list, when I was casting a tournament, a regional in November, Rebecca was supposed to be rubbish and somebody went XO in Swiss and got all the way to top 4 with Rebecca. Decent deck. But Rebecca's not a powerhouse of the One Piece TCG. Like, if we have a look at the only treasure rare we've actually had released in English, it was in OP06 when we got the treasure rare Nami. Well, that makes perfect sense, because actually Nami is a big, heavy hitter in the world of the One Piece TCG and One Piece in general. People love Nami, so Nami getting a treasure rare makes perfect sense. Is Rebecca really on the same level as Nami? Like, if Nami gets, well, at some point Nami's getting a manga rare, it's gonna happen. And everyone's gonna go, oh, we finally got the Nami manga rare, we all knew this was coming. But if Rebecca got a manga rare, we'd all be going, hang on a second, mate. That's a bit weird, isn't it? Because let's take the other Chinese treasure rare that we got. That was the Boa Hancock. And okay, Boa Hancock may be a slightly odd choice for the first treasure rare. But then again, look at OP07. Look at the fact that we got the manga rare Boa Hancock, and actually, that is second only to obviously the Luffy from OP05. That is the second most valuable of the manga rares so far. Boa Hancock is a big manga rare. And when we realised that that happened, we go, okay, fine, Boa Hancock getting a treasure rare, that kind of makes sense, we get it. But again, Rebecca, I am delighted that this happened. I just think this is really weird. And I don't think an obvious choice. And that gets me to one of the main points I want to make in this video. Treasure rares are up for grabs. It feels like even with manga rares, there is a certain level of character you need to hit to be eligible for a manga rare. You basically kind of got to have your own pirate crew or be just a big character. So, obviously, you know, in OP05, we also saw, for instance, Law and Kid. But hang on a second, you got the worst generation going on. They're both pirate captains with, you know, big parts in the manga. That makes perfect sense. You know, in OP06, we get Zoro, but it's Zoro. That all makes perfect sense. In OP08, we get Silver's Raleigh, but of course, it's Raleigh. Very big character in One Piece. So this all makes perfect sense. But if somebody like Rebecca got one, it would be weird. Treasure rares, I mean, look, so far we've only seen the three, right? We've seen Boa Hancock and Rebecca in China, and we've seen Nami in English. So it's not exactly a big sample size. And the fact that they're all female characters, I'm not reading too much into that yet. I want to see a couple more before we go too far on that. But the fact of the matter is, it seems to be that they're a little more open than they would be with manga rares, and they're going a little bit deeper, which I like very much indeed. So what about the release cadence of these? And I'm going to be honest with you, I think they are remaining in their particular regions, if I'm honest with you. Because we had Nami in OP06, and which is, ironically, as far as I'm concerned, by far the worst of the treasure rares, and it's the only one we've got. I'm just going out on a limb here that I've not seen anything to suggest that's coming out anywhere else. That seems to be very much, it's in English, that's where you're getting it. And in OP06, China got the Boa Hancock. Well, there's not been any whiff, any rumour, and again, I'm listening to this very closely. I've heard nothing in Japan or in the West that would suggest we are getting this Boa Hancock treasure rare. It seems to be China exclusive. And also, I mean, look, in OP06, China gets Boa Hancock, we get Nami. I mean, if we were going to get the ones China got, surely we would have them. Like, if we were going to get the Boa Hancock treasure rare, why did we get Nami in OP06? Why wouldn't we both get Boa Hancock in OP06? This seems to be region-specific. Still no sign of any treasure rares coming in Japan. Japan have had their God packs where you get all the alternate art leaders, which is obviously great. But I'm going to be honest with you, the alternate art leaders, most of them are not that expensive over in Japan. I will take a treasure rare Rebecca over all of the alternate art leaders from a set any day. Maybe not the treasure rare Nami. I just don't like the art on that one. But it does seem to be that they are going to be region locked. So don't expect, is where I'm going with this, don't expect this Rebecca in the West. Don't expect this Rebecca over in Japan. Expect them to be region locked, which is really annoying because now I really want the Rebecca. So now what? Do I have to try and import this from China? Is there anyone watching who's got a hookup in China that can find me where to go and buy this Rebecca treasure rare, or who can trade it with me? Because I would very much like to know, frankly. I would very much like to know. For now, I've told you what I can tell you. We know we're getting a treasure rare in OP07 as well. Don't expect it to be Rebecca. If we didn't get Boa Hancock as our treasure rare for OP06, don't expect to get Rebecca as our treasure rare for OP07. I want to be wrong. I want our treasure rare to be Rebecca, but there is absolutely no reason to suggest that that is going to be true. Sorry about that. For now, I want to know your thoughts, your feelings, your opinions. I want to know what you think about the free treasure rares. I want to know which one's your favourite. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Get us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.